going on, YouTube? This is Whatdabug. I am back for my second video now. I'm just gonna jump right into this. So, the other day was Mother's Day, correct? Yes, it was. It was Mother's Day, and our favorite person decided that she was going to talk about her not here anymore unalived mother, and say, basically, yes, Miss Gypsy decided that she was gonna jump on social media, and she was going to talk about her Mother's Day. She first started about talking about her mother might not have been the best mother, and you know, she does go into a rant about her mom. Basically, she goes, my mom might not have been the best mom, but I did love my mom for the good times and the things that we did together. I'm paraphrasing, you know, I don't know. Funny, because I didn't watch the whole thing. I watched a good portion of it, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I did see a lot of the stuff where it was like her talking about Christy and all the other women in her life that have made an impact and this and that, and then I just started to watch other videos to get all the other information. You know, another thing that's a little unsettling about this whole situation with Gypsy is there's the Mother's Day thing. I mean, that's whatever. I don't know what else or how else to describe that, but that's capacity. Cool. Anyway, so Gypsy decided, besides being a that not only was she going to make her little announcement on that day, you know, she could have just stayed quiet on the day that was for mothers. I think she should have just probably done that. That would have been for the better. Now, on another note that's actually really crazy and also just as important, if not more important, so Gypsy's been going on to Nick Godejohn's, you know Nick, her partner in crime, well, her manipulatee in crime. She's been messing around and trying to basically get it where he is not gonna have a fair trial. She's against him having a fair trial, even though she originally testified in his favor at his court hearings. But what I don't really understand is, like, okay, I don't think that he should be out walking about and doing all that, but homeboy needs to definitely be in a situation where he's taken care of in a better way. I don't think that he can process correctly the different levels of emotions and the way that we just are as people, especially trying to interpret that with other prisoners. It's not really the best environment for, well, it's not the best environment for anybody, but there's people that really can adapt to that, and I don't think that Nick should be there. He needs to be somewhere where he can be taken care of and has the correct meds and can talk to doctors and counselors and this and that. You know, Gypsy might have been able to deal with prison because she's Gypsy. She doesn't have the mental incapacity like Nick does. So the fact that she's been jumping into support groups and just basically bashing and putting down everything, woman, worry about your own stuff. Like, why are you so worried about what's going on with him? Like, oh, you're worried because you're out making millions of dollars that he's gonna get out and make millions of dollars? Like, he's trying to keep his privacy, and they're trying to keep everything down, like, very low key. I mean, they made that announcement that we were all excited for, like, oh, Nick's gonna speak out, and we really thought it was gonna be something that it ended up not being. And it was just a statement that was being read like, hey, thank you for all the support, thank you for all the stuff that you've been doing and all the advice and this and that, but for right now I just kind of need it to be quiet and we need to just have our privacy, and if we could just let that be, that would be cool. You know, once again paraphrasing, but that's the whole thing. Okay, so basically all she had to do was run away. She didn't even have to run away. She could have just left. She could have just as easily snuck into that bag of money, grabbed the money, packed a bag, did all the same stuff that she did, stay at a hotel, go on a train, go in a cab. Nothing would have been different, except she wouldn't be rich and famous right now for unaliving somebody. Not just somebody, her mom. Because remember, when I originally started this video, it was about the fact that she decided to say something, and it wasn't the most kind thing to say on Mother's Day about her unalived mother that was of her doing. And, you know, I'm not fully convinced that she didn't actually use her hands on this. You know, I kind of think that, honestly, it was a plan. Like, her mom was sick, and Dee Dee was like, Gypsy, I don't know what we're gonna do. Like, I'm getting pretty sick, and it's getting harder for me to take care of you, because, you know, there's definitely that part of her in her mind, Dee Dee's mind, that was like, I need to take care of Gypsy no matter what. I mean, I think that that's, any parent would feel that way, right? I mean, whatever, like caregiver, like if you're in charge of somebody, you're like, I need to take care of this person, and especially with that person being her child. But I also think that it got to a point where she was like, the jig is up. Like, I'm too sick, and if I'm this sick and I pass away, but we leave you in this situation that you're in, I mean, someone's going to find out, and then you're going to have all these charges, and you're going to go down for things that I did while you weren't really capable of doing things. Do I think she was forced to be in a wheelchair? To an extent, maybe when she was younger, but I do believe that once, you know, she really fully realized, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to realize that you can walk. You know, it's a natural thing. We wake up in the morning, we stretch, we move our legs, we move our arms, you know. It doesn't take a 10-year-old to figure out that they can walk. A 10-year-old might not be able to figure out, why is my mom making me sit in this wheelchair all day, every day, but I do believe that by then she was definitely reaping benefits of different foundations and charities that, you know, were helping her and her mom out. Let's always keep that in mind. So, you know, basically, I just kind of wanted to kind of touch on just the fact that Mother's Day passed, and she couldn't just let that day be, so she had Mother's Day that she had to go have fun with. Obviously, you know, making the announcement that her and Ken are official, we already knew that, but I guess the announcement makes it different. You know, her and Christy have their little situation that they have going on. I should probably make a whole different video about Christy and Gypsy's LA little tour thing, whatever that was, but I definitely think that Gypsy should have just left, and I do think that Gypsy should leave Nick the alone. Nothing that's going to happen with his trial is going to affect you at all. It's not going to affect your book sales. It's not going to affect anything. What is going to affect your book sales and your ratings and your views and your followers is you and your actions and your attitude. You know, it was like that video of you talking on Mother's Day. You actually basically, you know, okay, cool, put the haters down, that's fine, but also, if you would take accountability and actually show what you were gonna be about when you got out, you know? You painted this Gypsy Rose that we all think of, okay? And there's the Gypsy Rose story that we think of, and we think of Dee Dee as the bad guy, and Gypsy as the poor little wilted, abused girl, you know? And it's not all that, you know? I mean, who the hell goes into an interrogation room and, you know, they've been playing like they've been, you know, stuck in a wheelchair with their mom? Okay, cool, deny it at first, right? Okay, sure. But then instead of like having any sort of remorse or showing anything after the fact that they're like, yo, we caught you, just admit it, you talk about all of the different fraud and all of the different benefits that you got from this big act. The act. Literally, that's what this was. This was all a fucking act. Gypsy knew it. Dee Dee knew it. Family members knew it. I'm not even convinced at all that Rod and Christy didn't think or have some sort of gut feeling that, hey, something ain't right. But maybe, just maybe, if Rod is sending her money each month for Gypsy up until the point where she turns 18, but then she's not allowed to talk to him on her 18th birthday because why? She doesn't want her to really know she's 18, or she doesn't want, like what? She's gonna try to trick him into not realizing that his daughter's 18 so she can continue getting more money? Honestly, this shit doesn't really even fully make sense to me. Not really. Not really. I mean, they're getting money from all over the place. I mean, like, even Miranda Lambert is a victim of this goddamn fraud. So anyway, guys, I'm Bug. So literally, Bug Brain, it goes all over the place. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I am Whatdabug. I will see you next time. Please like, follow, share, and hit the bell wherever it is so you can see when I have new videos or when I go live. Have a good day or a good night. I don't know what you're doing.